everybody, and welcome to 5-Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. I'm Dodger, filling in for our beloved Jesse, who's doing, in all seriousness, I have no idea what it is that he's doing this week. He's on the beach with 8 margaritas in his mouth, riding a horse. That makes sense. But you've got me for 2 more days, okay? So let's do the news. Today in the news, it looks like another huge games acquisition could be on the horizon. I know. But this one involves the House of Mouse. This information is coming from a Bloomberg report in which apparently Bob Iger was told by senior execs that they needed to move away from being a games licensee. They need to become a gaming giant, do some first-party stuff. One of the ways that first-party transformation could possibly begin is by acquiring EA. Honestly, if Disney were to acquire any major gaming studio, EA makes the most sense. As well as working on various Star Wars titles, including Respawn's Star Wars Jedi series, EA announced last year that it had struck a deal to make several new games based on Marvel properties, including Iron Man and Black Panther titles. Moreover, it was reported last May that EA was actively pursuing a sale or merger in the wake of recent M&A activity in the games industry, such as Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which could be completed this week. And I don't gotta tell you that acquisitions like this aren't always the wonderful, beautiful, succinct thing that these companies make them out to be. A lot of people are probably going to lose their jobs. There's going to be huge internal and external changes that we're going to have to deal with. And really, it comes down to how big are the companies? EA and Disney, huge companies. So mergers like these, acquisitions like these, they can have really big sort of ripple effects. They can change the industry in a lot of ways. As Forbes pointed out, Disney purchasing EA could be a bad deal for a myriad of reasons. Disney has shown no real skill at managing video games over the years, and there's nothing to think that would change with them buying a huge publisher like EA. On EA's part, being owned by Disney would mean they're at the mercy of a megacorp that could then dictate their entire slate of releases. And of course, the big kicker for the games industry would be if EA locks up all Star Wars and Marvel rights indefinitely. This would mean the end of other developers dabbling in Disney properties, Insomniac's Spider-Man series, Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws, the Indiana Jones game, come on. Of course, these are all what ifs, they're maybe possiblies, we're just spitballing, we're speculating here, but need I remind you that a $69 billion acquisition deal is closing this week, potentially. So anything's possible. Speaking of Activision, what do you get when you mix James Corden, Elon Musk, Bobby Kotick, and Guitar Hero? It is not a stew. Not a good tasting one, anyway. You apparently get Activision's latest all-hands meeting. That's right, ahead of the finalization of the Activision Blizzard acquisition, everybody's least favorite CEO, Bobby Kotick, himself, hosted a little meeting where he discussed his company's legacy from its independent early days to becoming the behemoth that it is today. It was hosted by James Corden. According to GameSpot, in discussing the future of Activision and gaming, Kotick reportedly said Elon Musk's Neuralink, which is an implantable brain-computer interface, could be a way to create more visceral content than what's currently available. He also supposedly said AI and machine learning might play major roles in the video games business going forward. I don't think anyone in the games industry outside of CEOs want to see AI or brain computers anywhere near video games, but that wasn't all. Additionally, Kotick is reported to have said that Activision's Guitar Hero franchise could have a re-emergence in the future, though there are no specific plans just yet. This isn't the first time that we've heard Bobby Kotick bring up Guitar Hero. If I had a nickel for every time Bobby Kotick talked about bringing back Guitar Hero in 2023, I'd have 18 nickels. I wouldn't. I'd have 2. That's called subversive comedy. It just sounds like an insane all-hands meeting. I wish I had been there, and yet I'm delighted that I was not there. One good thing, though, that is going to come from this acquisition is that Bobby Kotick is pretty much on his way out. And I know that I speak for Jesse through his mouth. I'm trying to make this creepy. I'm not going to bother. And I know I speak for Jesse when I say good. Hopefully with Kodak's departure, everybody's going to be free from weird all hands meetings like this in the future. And honestly, the industry as a whole might be free of ever having to talk about him again. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching 5-Minute Gaming News. I have no idea how I did today. I don't think that I did very well keeping it close to 5 minutes. I got to be totally honest with you. But I'm Dodger. I was filling in for Jessup this week. Tomorrow's my last day, so you guys better show up and say hi. But if you want to see more of me for one reason or another, you can find me at twitch.tv/Dexbonus. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for commenting, for subscribing, for hanging out with me this week. I really appreciate it. And otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.